And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and try to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Him up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. A good comeback there after the penalty. 9 yards and
there you go.
6.
God damn. That was me trying to
They snapped that at 1. Now it's Burrow. Eluding the pressure right.
There's the rookie from LSU. It's Jamar Chase.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first.
To his 30 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Burrow.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Joe Burrow in year number 2, moving around pretty good considering the seriousness of his injury last year. If you're a defensive coordinator here, what do you try to do to slow Joe Burrow down?
I think you want him to be in rhythm. I think you want him to be on time. And normally you want to take that away from a quarterback, make him hold it a little bit longer. But when he has a chance to maneuver around the pocket, sometimes get out of it, big plays result. I want him throwing the ball on time and then tackling the receivers so there's no extra yardage.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. They run. Robinson. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Rolling to his left. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 28. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Now they go play action now. Burrow. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed they went right into the game plan, attack them early, see if they're going to play any better. And if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15.
Big A.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, I'm in another game. I'm in hell
He
spawn
didn't
now.
seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know.
Hey,
where
look
the
and see
play
what the
clock
Raiders'
I
record
think you're right
is.
about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo
Oh,
at
yeah.
all. Clock
Hey,
just
Ralph.
ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going
Tell me
here,
what
but
the,
those kind of runs, they're going to open
you
up
on the
a world
game?
of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Oh, none. So I was gonna have you look and see what the Raiders' record is. Raiders.
They'll try to capitalize on play number 11 of this opening drive. 3rd and goal.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw.
Escaping the pressure right. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down and inside the 5-yard line.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive.
Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
Hell spawn.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away.
No, sir.
Jalen Richard now on the return.
It ain't showing.
Down as this drive will start.
Because we playing against each other.
25-yard line.
You playing too?
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. To throw is Carr.
And that's caught. It's Brian Edwards.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Pretty bad anyway. There you go. I knew that little shit. I got kind of tease so I can do it.
Kind of what up?
Tease it.
After the loss, they'll come up second and 13. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He sets to fire deep.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
He was trying to get it that time to Brian Edwards. And now it's third down. Carr now to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Edwards. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 41. Now Carr. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. On second down, Jacobs. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Here's Jacobs. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Jacobs again. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can
He's drawing
move
everybody
you
back,
forward,
motherfucker.
and maybe you get a chance to breathe
This
a little
motherfucker,
bit
he's doing the
and kind
same
of start
shit.
over.
Taking all his defense and pushing them back. That's something for your ass, Mr. Playboy.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Here we go.
Now Joe Mixon. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On the run, it's Robinson. And he's got Rome. They finally do get him down, but we've got penalty flags on the field as well, and they might get 15 more out of this. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Play action. It's Burrow. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. 33 yards that time.
Now that certainly solidifies how to attack this 2-minute drill right before the half. I don't think they were going to try and run out the clock, but now after that big play, their thoughts are certainly of trying to score and get some points before the half.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver.
And now it's second down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Burrow on play action. Buying time to his left. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a first down.
What happened?
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Being chased out left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Tyler Boyd, the intended receiver.
And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Well, the great coaches said football is a really simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a factor. I think in this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air. Maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
Finds a seam inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal blocker? Oh, let's see. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First down Raiders, Carr to Waller.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On 2nd and 7, Carr. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 44-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Who won in your division? Oh, you good.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Carr, a handoff here to Drake. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Nice sharp run there by Kenyon Drake, and he's awfully tough to get on the ground. And how about this Raiders backfield? They're certainly not lacking for punch, having signed Drake this year and already having Josh Jacobs in the backfield. Now, Drake, he's never had a 1,000-yard season, but last year in Arizona was his best yet. 955 yards and 10 rushing touchdowns, plus he can catch it swinging out of the backfield.
The tackle there by Jermaine Pratt.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
On the give, this is Drake. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 24.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done. and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. On play action, now Carr. Out to his left. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Bengals grab it. There he goes right side. The 30. The 20. 10. Yeah, this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown.
All right, people. I heard.
This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point by McCann, up and good, and it's now 21-7. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. On the return comes Drake. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
It is fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Bengals drive about to get going. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now a 2nd down and 6. They'll
stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Now Bengals on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
His afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. A handoff to Mixon. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. They go play action with Burrow. Forced out to his left. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Dancing to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Here's a give to Mixon. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Burrow will throw. Flushed out right. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So 2 3rd down
if the
conversions
ball
on
on
this
the
drive,
36
able to get a
and it's
3rd,
my
and
ball,
now they
can I
deal
go
with
for
4th
it?
down.
Mine. 21-14. I'm up. 4th. Fourth and 2nd. Right, I'm in scoring territory.
And look at this. They get the
Oh, he
turnover.
just
They
baiting
need it.
me.
It's
Damn.
intercepted.
You know how to stop that
Picked up by Nate
RPO.
Hobbs. 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Raider defense delivers a score. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. We are tied here in the 4th quarter.
Right there. Nigga, I'm
A
winning.
couple of
That's
teams
what you
locked
doing
into
all
a
that
good one
good
here.
shit, man.
21 all the score as the kick's away. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They will look to flush the memory of that pick six as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the fourth quarter. Getting down to the good stuff. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play calls, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Chop that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. Quick slant caught by Chase. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down. Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
McCann's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. Here comes Richard on the return. Oh, good return up past the 30. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Second down at 5. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A gain of 39 that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. A dangerous return man showing it here. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
Oh yeah, you're in the right motherfucking shit, buddy.
And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some